Drew, you were taken into custody last week in the same town where you actually used to be a police officer. How surprised were you to be arrested at that time?
Well, I wasn't really that surprised. The news crews were outside, and all of a sudden the news crews moved to the side of the street, which indicated to me they were getting ready for something. So I was trying to get to the bank to make a deposit so my family would have some money in the bank account, and all of a sudden I was swooped down on.
This investigation, this particular investigation, has been going on for some 18 months. Do you have any indication as to why the arrest was made now?
Yeah, I believe that was the last day of the grand jury, and I believe they had to do something. The state's attorney, I believe, was under a lot of pressure from both the media and the Savio family to do something.
Well, except grand juries don't tend to act arbitrarily. The people sitting on that jury must have seen some evidence that convinced them to recommend this. Do you have any idea what the state's evidence is against you?
No idea, and the grand jury system seriously needs to be revised. I truly believe that if they wanted to, they could have indicted you for this incident.
Why do you say that?
Well, what you have is a bunch of lay people that are in there, and they've been sitting there for 18 months, and they're uneducated on the points of law, rules of evidence, and things like that.
It is the state's job now, Drew, to prove that you're guilty, because under the eyes of the law, you're considered innocent until proven guilty. But let me flip it around for a second. Do you have any evidence that you and your attorney can offer that can prove your innocence?
Oh, there's all kinds of evidence available. So we'll get discovery, and we'll basically, piece by piece, take apart their case.
Well, tell me, what is the strongest piece of evidence that you have that proves you're not guilty in this crime?
Oh, that's something that you're going to have to get from Mr. Brodsky, and I'm really not at liberty to release anything like that now.
After you were arrested, you called your handcuffs bling, and you said that your prison clothes were spiffy. I know that your attorney has told us on the air, and even you've said in the past, that this kind of sense of humor of yours is the way you react to stress. But do you understand how it can tend to make you a very unsympathetic character in the eyes of the public?
Well, again, there's no book written on how I'm supposed to act. You know, I mean, would it be better if I hid my head down and tried to hide my face and hunched over and had tears in my eyes? I mean, no, that's just not me. Basically, like I said before, I deal with stressful situations through humor, and it's always worked for me in the past.
But keeping in mind that every time you make an appearance or make a statement, that appearance or statement is seen and heard by potential jurors in a trial for you. And so what message do you think you're sending them?
Well, I'm not trying to send anybody any type of message. It's basically just what's coming out.
The state of Illinois has passed a law. I think they're referring to it loosely as the Drew Peterson law. Basically, it's about hearsay evidence. In your particular situation, it would mean that statements from Kathleen Savio to her relatives saying that you had threatened her could be admissible in court. Do you think they should be?
Well, I think the hearsay law, I think there's legislators now that have passed that law. They're rethinking their thoughts and feelings on it. I've gotten information that I can't explain to you right now, but information that there's been certain legislators that are rethinking this.
There's also something that you've done. You've gone out and say that you have passed a polygraph in regards to the disappearance or the death, of Kathleen Savio. It's a double-edged sword, though, because there were also questions asked to you during that polygraph that related to Stacy, your wife, and her disappearance, and you did not do as well on those. How do you explain that?
Well, all the questions about Kathleen I passed with no question, but the questions about it showed deception were questions about where she was or where she is now, and did I remove her, or I'm trying to think. I don't remember what they were, but the questions, did I remove her from the house or did I hurt her any way, I passed those. When I answered that I did not. When
it comes to Stacy and her disappearance, you have maintained, and you said on this show, that you think she ran off with another man and she's out there alive, and yet you did not really participate in any search for her. Why?
Well, they were searching in weeds and bushes, and I don't believe she's in weeds and bushes. I believe she's out there somewhere living her life away from probably the state of Illinois.
Tell me about your living arrangements right now, Drew. What kind of situation are they holding you under?
Well, I'm being really treated pretty exceptional. This is a brand new facility. facility, the Will County Jail in Joliet, and under the direction of Sheriff Paul Kopis. It's a brand new facility. The staff's been very courteous and professional, and the facility is very new.
What kind of cell are you in?
I'm in a cell where I'm pretty much isolated from everybody. I'm in kind of isolation. The only contact I have with people are the guards and the people who bring me my food. You
have no visitors?
I have one visitor. I get 2 visitors a week, and there's no contact. It's over a video machine.
Let me ask you about your children. I know you have 2 children with Kathleen Savio. I think they're 16 and 14. You have 2 children with Stacy, ages 5 and 4. Who's taking care of those children?
My older son is taking care of them, and I have phone contact with them daily, and they're doing very well.
How have you explained this to them?
Well, the older 2, they know what's going on,
right,
and they're aware of what's happening, and the younger 2, I'm just with the police right now, helping them.
So you've told them you're actually out helping the police try and find their mom?
I didn't say I was trying to find it, but I just said I was helping the police, and I believe that's what my son has told them.
Right now, bond is set in your case at $20 million, which means you would have to put up $2 million to be free. Is there any chance you can accomplish that?
No, we're going for a bond reduction, I believe, next week sometime. So with $2 million, I don't know where I'd pull that out.
Have you given consideration, Drew, to the possibility that you may never be free again, that you may be held until trial and found guilty at trial?
Right. I'm also thinking I may be released on bond and I'm, probably be found innocent.
Is there something you'd like to say to the people of Illinois, the potential jurors who may sit at your trial?
I'd just like to say I think the potential jurors need to be educated. I think there needs to be legislation passed. Basically, somebody sitting on a jury or a grand jury are lay people, and again, they have no idea about points of law, rules of evidence, elements of the offense, and I think there needs to be legislation passed that the jurors who are making decisions, life and death decisions, need to be educated on these things prior to going in and sitting on a jury.
You said to me once, Drew, in a conversation that you fully anticipated and expected that one day you would probably be arrested in connection with the disappearance of Stacy. You didn't say that you'd done it, but you thought you'd be arrested. Did you ever think you'd be arrested in connection with the death of Kathleen Savio? No,
I never really expected to be arrested in either case. I had hoped that it hadn't happened, but now that it's happened, we'll have to move forth and defend it.
All right, Drew Peterson coming to us on the phone from Illinois. Drew, thank you very much.
Matt, you have a good day.